Wednesday. One thing today is on New Year's resolutions. Me and Hansa wanted to talk about and see if consumer behaviors are actually affected in the dietary supplement industry. So as you may know, more than half of New Year's resolutions that are made and the most common are health-related lifestyle changes or health-related New Year's resolutions. So really, this is prime time for retailers in the health and supplement industry to really cash in. People are going to the gym, picking up new sports, and a lot of them are looking for assistance in this. And an easy, convenient way to make that first step to your New Year's resolution is through pills, powders, weight loss supplements, etc. And to give a bit of a background on the industry right now, it's about $150 billion, and the dietary supplement market is continuing to grow steadily. So a lot of people are making, health-conscious shifts, and it's looking to be around $350 billion by 2026. So in roughly 6 years. So it's seeing some exponential growth. Online supplement industry is performing really well. As we see, it's growing steadily, but people are spending more in their baskets as well. So basket value is actually growing by over 6% just within the year, and monthly sales are growing every month by 17% as well. So when we think about this, there's a lot of things that we can look back on in consumer behavior on what is actually driving the supplement industry and why it's growing so well. So of course, a lot of people are making a shift towards health consciousness. Like I said, gym memberships are increasing. There's a rise in yoga, Pilates, and something we have to think about as well is Instagram and fitness influencers. So there's a lot of influencers now endorsing these brands and encouraging people maybe to make this New Year's resolution based off what they see online. So health seekers are looking to complement these activities that they may be doing with their vitamins and supplements. We're also seeing a decreased consumption in meat and dairy. This is a slow but steady shift, but there's a generation of individuals and flexitarians like myself who are looking to supplement iron, omegas, plant-based proteins to shift off those animal products, whether that be for their own personal choices or that shift in sustainability that we're seeing as well. So it's really interconnected. And they actually, in one of the articles I was looking at, there's a supplement business owner. They're a really big business, and the founder is Tyson Matthews. He actually talks about the timing of all this and how it's going to affect the e-commerce businesses. So Q1 is obviously prime time for retailers in this industry, but it might surprise you that if you really think about it, it's not necessarily right into the beginning of the new year. So the last 2 weeks of January see strong sales, and actually the time that the skyrockets is in February. So a lot of people are coming off of their holiday season, their breaks. January, they're still partying a little bit. And then February is when they really start to be committed, make those first steps, and get that additional support from the supplements, whatever their health and fitness goals or lifestyle changes might be. So as a big supplement company, they're February is that prime time. A lot of people would think it's right off to New Year, but people need some time to get back to their grind. So another really interesting fact is that infrequent buyers are where this is most profitable. So targeting infrequent buyers will be huge for these supplement companies in the e-commerce business. It's because they only purchase every 3 months, but they're less likely to be price sensitive and to be pickier and to shop around. They really value the trust in what the supplement industry is providing them, while frequent buyers like fitness enthusiasts and athletes are more likely to pick a price, shop around, because this is something that they're buying every fortnight. So we want to market to attract the frequent buyer's eye. And a way to do this is obviously ease, convenience, being top of line in your ads, and having a unique value prop to your supplement that's going to catch their eye. Another thing that I wanted to tie into this infrequent buyer statistic that I actually learned in one of my health and behavior change classes is actually I want to ask a question first. What percentage do you think of people roughly make New Year's resolutions, like worldwide?
57%.
80, 57? Okay. So after 1 month, what percentage do you think like commit to their New Year's resolution within 1 month they're still doing it?
17.
And what percent do you think maintain, mean they've like kept it for 6 months?
7.
0.1%.
Okay. That's really sad. So you guys were more spot on with the last two, but actually only about 40% of individuals make New Year's resolutions. So yeah, Milka, you're the winner there. And then 25% of people actually stick to this resolution within a month, and 8% of the population maintain it for 6 months. So once you've hit the 6 month mark, it's considered a maintained lifestyle change that you've made. So when I was reading this statistic to focus on those infrequent buyers, it really ties into our psychology. And all these people, like 40% of the population is going to be buying into this when they get on their hustle in February, and a lot of people that are making these New Year's resolutions might drop off. So it's really crucial to hit those frequent buyers in February when everyone's going to be bought into it and really buy into your product. So another thing to keep in mind tying into this is ad spend and how important this is going to be for us to communicate to our customers and our e-commerce businesses. So the main way to keep the eye on these infrequent buyers is to be top of mind and be top of mind all the time, so be repetitive. So marketing is about reach and frequency, and it doesn't matter if you have a good scale. It's really about getting in front of people, and particularly the less frequent buyers who will make you profit and not pick at those prices or shop around. They are dedicated to change at the end of January and February, and this is before that drop off, and they're not becoming those like committed buyers who may be more picky. So online retailers really will have to focus on attracting new customers with an omni-channel strategy, creating seamless and personalized experiences to make themselves unique and not have a customer drop-off, no matter what channel they're on, and achieving efficiencies through their technology. So a little idea that I also wanted to tie in with my behavior change studies is how these e-commerce businesses should approach these ads. And I was kind of thinking about like the psychology behind it all as well. A technique that I learned that like really resonated with me is something called motivational interviewing. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but it's kind of like a new class of ways to achieve behavior change in clients, or if you want to strike behavior change in other people. And it's basically a technique that could set a company's marketing ads apart to combat ambivalence. So why do we have this drop off from 40% to 60% even sometimes to 8%? It's because people are ambivalent to change, and they have ideas in their head like, they're gonna be like, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds. Like, this is why it would be easy not to do this, and this is why I would want to do this. And they never really move past that ambivalent stage and make that first step towards achieving their goals, which might be those supplements that could help them. So if they're gonna stick with these, customers might drop off because they also have big goals in mind, and they're ambivalent. So it may be effective to use short, prompting, and open-ended questions in their ads that are going to keep their supplement top of mind. So rather than asking a yes or no question or telling the consumer why they want this product, you could use open-ended questions like, what would 20 pounds shed mean to you? That's going to make the consumer think in their head, not only does it make an external goal like weight loss have meaning and make it internal, it's like wanting to keep, like internal, like wanting to keep up with the grandchildren rather than, I just want to lose 20 pounds. It's like, I want to lose 20 pounds actually, because it would mean that I can keep up with my grandchildren, be engaged in my family. It would provide this much value to my life. So it would prompt them to actually voice and think about their own desires rather than you telling them. When someone voices their own desires for change come the new year, they're more likely to make those small steps towards lifestyle changes and their goals. And often these small steps that we see here are aids that are convenient, unique supplements, dietary products that can make them feel like they're getting there, and in the first step to resolving their ambivalence to just start. So that was kind of my insight behind New Year's. A lot of it ties into those products that are going to help them conveniently make that first step towards their huge lifestyle change and capture that 40% come February when they're actually going to start hustling and kicking to those goals. So I just wanted to ask you guys, like, in your experience, like, what trends you have seen in the past with health and supplement industries, like last year in the new year, or if there's certain like behaviors for you as a consumer that draw you to a health brand and actually make you trust it, because again, it is something that's dietary and going into our system. So like, what drives you to purchase those products? Yeah.
Yeah, I think depends if like you're if you're involved like in a sport that's like has a seasonality to it. Like if I'm prepping for soccer season in like the summer months, I'm probably gonna be like stocking up for that. But I think like for the general pop, that's kind of like, I'd say like most of us that are just playing intramural or like joining leagues, definitely like New Year's would be like a time to like put that stuff on your wish list.
I'm gonna get everything together.
Exactly, and take advantage of like some of the discounts. But I think like for myself, when I'm shopping for like specific products, like I want to make sure like it's like fully traceable, like it's all the ingredients on there like well researched, well validated. I think that's like a big thing as well as like making sure like maybe that's part of that open-ended question. It's like, hey, do you care about like the stuff that you're putting in your body? You can buy 10 different types of omega-3s, but like there's different types of omega-3s that can like yield you cleaner and better results. So that's stuff I think about it.
Yeah, that's a big thing like they're talking about in some of the studies as well, is that consumer trust with these supplements like skyrockets once you actually talk about the ingredients. So it's a huge thing to add value and like capture their attention. Yeah. And the other thing as well is a lot more consumers, because they are moving towards like this health conscious behavior, they're actually like looking towards less locally produced supplements, because it's like, if I know that this is where they're going to get the quality of this ingredient, I want it from this place. So people are like expanding their view with actually where they're going to get their supplements from online.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Thanks, Tessa.
Well,
Okay. Can we just stay at the couch for a second? We just have an update on holiday diligence. I'm just going to grab everyone else.
Yo, literally my last purchase